Season 3 of Apple TV's undiscovered treasure for fans of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Prepare to fall in love all over again if you have ever been engrossed in the emotional turmoil of The Summer I Turned Pretty, the slow-burning love triangles, the breathtaking scenery, the coming-of-age heartbreak. Because Apple TV is officially returning for a third season of its own fan-favorite historical drama that touches all the same emotions. We're referring to The Buccaneers, a stunning, romantic TV show that has quietly amassed a devoted following and is now receiving the recognition it so richly deserves. A contemporary heart in a historical context. The Summer I Turned Pretty and The Buccaneers appear to be very distinct from one another. One is set in the corseted elegance of 1870s London, while the other is set in the bright, beachy warmth of a contemporary coastal resort. However, the fundamental themes of both plays are the same: friendship, class differences, young love, and the difficult, and wonderful, process of growing up. Edith Wharton's last unfinished book served as the inspiration for The Buccaneers. It centers on 5 lively young American ladies who go to England for the season, which is a flurry of social events that includes teas, balls, and possible spouses. However, what starts out as a pursuit of romance and prestige soon evolves into a far more profound tale about self-reliance, identity, and what it means to fit in a society that seeks to define you. The ensemble gives Wharton's universe a new, emotional depth, led by the enthralling Christine Frozith, Looking for Alaska, and Alicia Bowe, 13 Reasons Why. Their characters are altering society's rules rather than merely playing the game. The key to its allure: contemporary power in a historical setting. The tone of The Buccaneers is one of the things that makes it so captivating. Despite being a period drama, it doesn't feel antiquated at all. Apple TV reinterpreted the past rather than merely reproducing it. The soundtrack is filled with contemporary music from pop and indie musicians that flawlessly accentuates each emotional beat in place of harps and waltzes. Songs that seem to have been taken directly from your personal breakup playlist are just as much a part of heartbreak as conversation. Do you recall how The Summer I Turned Pretty made every Taylor Swift song feel like a strike to the gut? Although they use a different musical palette, The Buccaneers perform a similar act. The inclusion of Heinz Superstar in Season 2 was a particularly memorable moment, pure, heart-stopping enchantment that caused viewers to pause and re-watch it in order to relive the experience. The show appeals to younger audiences who are drawn to period pieces with a contemporary pulse because of these kinds of touches. Owners that will win your heart. Characters to cheer for, cry over, and even rage at are a staple of any great coming-of-age story, and The Buccaneers delivers on all fronts. The main character of the show, Nan St. George, Christine Frozith, is there. She is bright, idealistic, and caught between two worlds: the strict demands of British high society and her family's new money American heritage. It's similar to seeing Belly in The Summer I Turned Pretty in that you can't help but recognize aspects of yourself in her decisions and errors as you watch her negotiate love and loyalty. Next up comes Conchita Clossin, Alicia Bowe, whose unreserved enthusiasm enlivens every scene. She was a fan favorite right away because she is fearless, humorous, and unafraid to break the rules. Every girl has a distinct storyline, mystery, and metamorphosis. The Buccaneers is also about female friendship, the kind that gets you through sorrow, envy, and every dirty stage of becoming who you are, even while romance plays a big part, because of course it does. Why more hype is needed? It's amazing how many viewers still don't pay any attention to The Buccaneers. In many respects, it should be right up there with Bridgerton and The Summer I Turned Pretty, even though it may not have the same marketing potential. It is visually amazing. The settings, from illuminated mansions to foggy gardens, make you want to stop and just appreciate the details. The clothing are lavish and beautiful, and the cinematography is dreamlike. However, the narrative carries genuine emotional weight in addition to its visual brilliance. It's about women attempting to assert their independence in a society that is always working to limit them. About the conflict between revolt and reputation, duty and passion. About how much bravery it takes to be who you truly are, particularly when everyone is expecting you to play a part. The Summer I Turned Pretty is so captivating because of its blend of romance, friendship, and self-discovery. The Buccaneers seem like a kindred spirit over generations because of this. The touching end of Season 2 and what comes next. Fans were devastated by Season 2, which concluded in August 2025. Let's say, without giving too much away, that alliances were put to the test, hearts were crushed, and some long-simmering tensions ultimately erupted. The conclusion opened up a dozen new options rather than merely closing a chapter. Now that Season 3 has been formally confirmed, fans are ablaze with inquiries. Will Nan ultimately decide between freedom and love? Can the girls support one another in the face of society's constant attempts to destroy them? And to safeguard their bliss, how far will they go? Season 3 will likely increase the drama while maintaining the same emotional core that initially drew viewers in, if the first 2 seasons are any guide. The cultural moment, the reasons we adore stories like these. Tales like The Buccaneers and The Summer I Turned Pretty have a timeless quality. On paper, they are about very different worlds, one with beach bungalows and bikinis, the other with tea settings and ball gowns. However, on an emotional level, they are narrating the same tale, the human yearning to fit in, be noticed, and be loved for who you are. Perhaps this is the reason why audiences today find these shows so compelling. Yes, they are romantic, but they are also introspective. They serve as a reminder of the emotional turmoil that comes with maturing, the mistakes that still plague us, and the hope that keeps us going. The Buccaneers provides the same exhilaration for anyone who has ever stayed up too late binge-watching The Summer I Turned Pretty and wondered how they become so emotionally invested in fake characters. That same ideal balance of excitement and nostalgia. Where to view and why it's important. If you haven't already, now is the perfect moment to watch The Buccaneers, which is available only on Apple TV+. You'll soon see why fans are so devoted to it if you start with Season 1. It is an intensely emotional experience rather than merely a lovely period piece. The characters' chemistry is excellent, the rhythm draws you in, and the language sounds real. Additionally, Apple TV Plus has been adding more and more well-made series to its collection. Lessons in Chemistry, Dickinson, Pachinko, and The Buccaneers is a fantastic fit because it is visually stunning, emotionally insightful, and endlessly binge-worthy. The bottom line. The Buccaneers is your next passion if you've been yearning for anything that evokes the sentimental narrative and romantic romance of The Summer I Turned Pretty with a dash of historical realism. Strong female leads, a slow-burning romance, stunning visuals, and an emotionally stirring soundtrack are all present. There has never been a better moment to start watching it, especially now that Season 3 has been officially renewed. So get in line, pick up your favorite warm blanket, and lose yourself in a world where friendship is valued, love is complex, and every ball dance has the power to transform everything. Even though the surroundings and dresses date back to the 1870s, what about the feelings? They are as relevant and up to date as ever.